Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, Texas Art and Soul, and I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties. And today I'm going to do a very new creation. So I want you to hopefully be inspired, have some fun, and then also while I'm creating, I'm going to talk about 3 different reasons. So as you come on, please say hi. Let me know you're here. I'm going to show you 3 different reasons why you should start a creative business online. Okay, so as I'm painting, oh wow, we got a bunch of y'all jumping on. Oh, thank y'all for go ahead and saying hi. I appreciate it. Okay, so as you come on, I'm going to be teaching a brand new painting. Again, I have it kind of sketched out, and it's been in my brain for about 3 weeks, and so I'm trying to come up with something kind of cool live with you. So let me know if that's okay with you. If you're okay, hey guys, with me kind of maybe give a heart or a thumbs up or a yes if you're okay with me coming up with something on the fly. So while I do that, I'm also going to be talking. Hey guys, hey Victoria, hey Deborah, hey Betty. Oh my gosh, so many of y'all are on here so fast. Okay, so let me go ahead and point this down, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. Okay, so I really, really, really love this quote. It says, oh, Merry Christmas, Rita. Hello. Hey, Carolyn. It says, marriage, an endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo. It's one of my favorite quotes. We actually have it in our bedroom because, you know, I think Bobby is definitely my favorite weirdo. So what I have here is an 18-inch round, and I have some essential stencils for Valentine's. I'm going to use a little bit of this. Oh, Dee, thank you. I hope it's good. So those of y'all that are in Paint Party headquarters, you know the drill. If this turns out good, you can use it to make money with it. So those of you that are in Paint Party headquarters, you know. And those of y'all that are new to me, if you would let me know, first off, that you're new to me. And secondly, I'm going to kind of be giving y'all instruction while I'm doing this. So right now I'm using a Van Dyke Brown. It's a stain. It's called General Finishes Stain. And then while I am creating, I am also going to be teaching you 3 reasons why you should start a creative business online. Okay. Rita Lake says, I think that fits my hubby too. Yeah, definitely. Regina Stone, she says, new to watching. Welcome. Glad to have you here. For those of y'all that do not know me, my name is Heidi, and I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties, either online, in person, or with art kits. And so I'm really excited because on Sunday night, and depending on when you're watching this, you may be seeing the replay, but I am doing a free training all about how to teach online. So if you want to get information on that hour-long training, basically the first hour is me teaching you some in-depth things about how to get started with an online business. And then the second hour is me just answering your questions and telling you about our brand. Well, last year was the first year, our Paint Party Outer Limits course. It's an 8-week course. So if you're interested in learning about that, or you're just curious and you just want to learn, go ahead. Hey, Doris. Oh, I'm so glad you got to see live too. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Nancy. Go ahead and type in free for me. That's all you have to type is free for me. And then me and my team will come back and we will let that dry just a second. Me and my team will come back and we will actually send you the link so that you can sign up. Because this sign up, you do have to register for it. It's a basically it's a free online training. And yeah, just put free for me and then you'll be able to be a part of that. And if for some reason you cannot make it live at 8 p.m. on Sunday, then there'll be a replay. So the replay will be sent. So whether or not you decide to take the 8-week course Outer Limits, which does not start until February 1st, regardless if you take it or not, you will want to know the information in that hour for sure. So just put free for me, not from me, free for me. And then me and my team will go back and we will make sure to update that. Okay, so I am using Van Dyke Brown. It's a General Finishes stain, and it is awesome because it dries really, really fast. And then usually what I do is I take a paper towel, because I'm doing this live and because I do this at paint parties a lot. I will get them to take a paper towel just to get the drying process to go faster, okay? And this is just an 18-inch round piece of wood. And the cool thing about this is you can turn this either into a door hanger, or you can buy the stuff you need to turn it into a Lazy Susan. So it's kind of cool because you could put a Lazy Susan on here, and then you could be like, you know, I'm not going to bless you with my crazy, what is that, sound effects? I'm not really good at that. Okay, so right here I have this. Okay, so now since that's pretty dry, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty dry. What we're going to do now is I'm going to start adding my background, okay? So this is, again, I'm going off of this quote. This is the inspiration for this quote. So my thought is I would like to try to do, and again, this is a painting in my head, so I'm hoping it will come out. I'm hoping it'll come out right. Is I'm going to start adding some birch trees, and I'm going to have hopefully a couple of cute little things happen with this, okay? So what I wanted to teach y'all while we were here, for those of you that, I know a lot of you have been thinking, and Tande, she goes, I don't know why everybody's typing free for me, but I thought I'd do it. So people are typing free for me because I'm going to go ahead and put like a snowbank right here. Because if you want to be a part of the training on Sunday night, okay, there's a link because it's actually kind of like a private room that you'll be in. So go ahead and sign, just put free for me, and then we'll go ahead and send you the link. But I wanted to talk to you about 3 reasons why you may want to consider doing an online business. Okay, so the number one reason we're going to talk about real quick is it's fun. Okay, so you can still connect to people even if you're not in person. So like right now, even though we are not in the same house, I still feel like I'm connecting. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Leah. Hey, Linda. Hey, Becky Brown. Like all of you on here, all of these people. And it's like, I'm still almost, I have this social time. And I've even had people that when I teach the paint parties online, they'll say something like, yeah, this is my social hour. Or, you know, I couldn't get out of the house, so, you know, I got to paint with you. And it's almost like, you know, as much as it, you know, you think it may just be helping you, it's helping me too, because I need social interaction. Anybody else need some social interaction? Sorry, I didn't mean to grab that. I just need social interaction. So, you know, if you're a person who's like, yeah, you need some social interaction, and you've maybe been thinking about doing something creative online, it gives you that, you know, kind of that feeling, because you are connecting with people all over. And that's the thing too about an online is, it's unlimited. It's everywhere. You know, so many people will say, and I wrote this on my arm today, especially for you. It says, you are unique. Okay. So the reason I wrote that is because so many of you will say stuff like, well, so-and-so could do it, but nobody's going to want to watch me or listen to me or whatever the excuse is, right? We have that imposter syndrome. And the reason I wrote that on my arm is because people are going to relate to you for a different reason than people relate to me. For example, you may love that I pretty much talk on my Facebook Lives the whole time without taking a breath, right? Like I have a lot to say, a lot to share. Anybody else in here like that, you know, where we can just, you know, talk all day and share all day? Where there's other people that your personality is going to relate to other people, or, you know, maybe you're a huge, you know, cat person, or every time you go live, you drink wine and you have a new little, you know, I don't know, a new little thing that you do every time. So I think sometimes we automatically, I'm going to bring some of these trees on in a little bit. I think sometimes we have this like automatic think of like, well, there's so-and-so's already doing that, so I couldn't do that. Guys, that's the thing about stuff online is, you know, there's 1.7 billion people online and more now since, you know, the world has changed. Let's face it. And, you know, I recently did 2 paint parties, and there was, oh my gosh, it was so crazy. For about an hour or so, it was like, I had forgotten what it was like, you know, like I had forgotten about COVID. And I know that sounds so weird, But just hear me out, please, before you get angry at me. But it's like, I just felt, back in my element. I was around people, we hadn't had the mandate where we couldn't have 50% or less yet. Our state was still okay. And so, and I posted a picture about it, and a lot of people were like, getting angry, not a lot. I would say a couple were upset because they didn't see me with a mask. Well, we did our best to social distance. And, how many of you are still going to the grocery store? Like, we're still doing the grocery store. We're, a lot of people are still going to church. Although stuff has changed, right? It's a different time. Whether we like it or not, this world has changed, So that's number one. Let's face it, the world is different and it's fun. I mean, how cool is it? You can still talk to people. You can still have that connection, right? And there's still, a way for you to create. Number two, I wanted to share. You can create whatever type of creative business you want online. So how many of y'all have seen things pivot in the last 8-9 months? Let me know in the comments. Who has seen, for example, workouts pivot? Oh, I just spit all over my art. Okay, don't look at this. Oh, Samantha, thank you. You're so sweet. Love you too. Hey, Luan, or is it Luann? She says, I have been painting popcorn buckets for the theater to make candy gift containers to sell for donations to the Salvation Army. That is awesome. And yeah, let me know if you've seen anybody pivot. So I know personally, like one of my best friends, she was doing workouts via Zoom. So she was, they were pivoting their gym, right? And how many of y'all have seen churches pivot? How many of y'all have seen music? Oh my gosh, think of all of the, I think a lot of the Nashville stars because I love country music, but think about all of the different, people who've had concerts, Taylor Swift, everybody who has had concerts who've had to pivot. Yeah, Lori Miller says pivoting right now, putting together 20 to-go kits for virtual events. Yes. I mean, regardless if you like it or not, you have to pivot if you want to be in business. There is a pivot that has happened whether you like it or not. And the reason I'm here to tell you is that you can pivot and you don't have to be so scared. Okay? So it is happening and it's okay. It's okay that it sucks, as far as like having to change things, because it's scary, because anytime you do anything new, it's scary, but things have changed. So you have to be able to pivot. So I want you to post on here. Oh, Linda made it. Hello, Linda. She says, hi, I made it. Let me know on here. And all I did was pull up some white just for these trees I'm going to do. But go ahead and let me know on here for those of you that have, and I'm going to do, let me see how big I want this. I'm going to go about right here. Again, I'm just kind of eyeballing this because I want this to look like a little sign. And I need to go ahead and paint this part now so this can be drying because I'm going to use some graphite paper and I'll show you how. So go ahead and let me know in the comments, what is something you love? Oh yeah, let's see. Kim says, I had tickets for 3 concerts and still unable to attend them. I know, like Chris Stapleton, I love going to see Chris Stapleton play. All of the concerts and stuff have changed, right? So, and somebody asked me the other day, they said, when all this COVID goes away, do you think online will still be valid? And I was like, yes, the world has changed. I mean, it's different, right? So what can you do? Let's say you're not a painter. Let's say you are really good at knitting, or let's say you're really good at jewelry making, or my friend Michelle, who I actually just recently bought 3 origami books from her. She does these, oh my gosh, what are they called? Origami. Oh, Michelle, if you're watching, please put it in the comments. But she does these really cool origami photo books. They're beautiful. And I ordered 3 recently for some Christmas presents. And they are gorgeous. And so she could actually, do something like that online where she either sells them online or she teaches. Yeah. Okay. So Kathy has seen Chris Stapleton in concert. Doesn't he sound just as good live as he does on camera? I mean, it is on the radio. He is so, so good. So yeah, so let me know in the comments, what is something, are you really good at jewelry making? What is something that you're like, you're really good at? You could do a Facebook Live on it, or maybe you're scared of a Facebook Live. That's fine. That's valid. But let's say that you're really good at something and you can teach it. Kind of like how I love getting on here live to paint with y'all. This makes my heart so happy. So let me know, and I would love to see. Let's see. Dee says, I'm so glad you're talking about this. I recently realized I needed to take the pivot plunge, whether I'm scared or not. But I'm so scared of the tech, and being accountable to numbers of people is scary as heck. That many people counting on you. Yeah, that's a true fear, Dee. But here's my thing. It's like, in business, you're always going to be doing stuff you're scared of. Right? Like, how many people run a business and they're like, yeah, this ain't scary. No, like when you're running a business, there's things that are going to scare the crap out of you. But there's so much, especially if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, there is so much reward in just being able to help that many people, Dee. Like, yeah, the people out there that are, you see and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so successful. They're scared too. They've done stuff that scared the crap out of them. So definitely. And Shelly said, so you got to take action even if you're scared. Shelly says, I had no idea I was so good at drawing and painting, but I love crafting and building furniture. Oh, she says, LOL. But she does love that. Awesome. Tammy says, I'm a portrait sculptor. That is awesome. And Tabitha says she does crochet. Very, very cool. Let's see. Kim says, I'm one of the managers for County Stampede in Kansas, canceled last year, but started to play for 2021. Yeah. And I think we all need to kind of be prepared. As much as we want 2021 to just go back as normal, as much as we all are hoping and praying for that, I think we do have to be prepared for kind of a mixture. Some people are going to be full ready. The traveling spirit like me is dying inside. We definitely are ready to do some traveling again and moving about, because that's who we are. But there's a lot of people out there that, won't. They'll still want to stay at home and kind of see what's going to happen this year, right? Kind of see how things are going to play out. So I think we have to be ready. And I don't think it's wise for you as a business person, for those of y'all that are watching, they're like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in doing something online, I don't think it's wise for you to sit and just wait for everything to be quote unquote normal, right? I don't think that's a wise business move. I'm just doing 3 big circles, and I'm hoping this painting turns out. We're going to see. But my goal is to make it have the little snowman couple. So there's going to be a little snowman couple here holding up a sign. So we'll see if it turns out or not. So let me know what you feel like you're good at. I would love to know. And then also, I would love the third thing is, and those of y'all that are, just now thinking about this, wondering what this is about. Oh, Debbie says felting. Very cool. Maureen says, I'm an expert at nothing but dabble in every kind of craft. Maureen, I would challenge you to think about like what craft you do that makes you the happiest, when you're like, I would wake up every day and do this just for fun, right? Like, which one do you love the most? And which one do people like really seem interested in? Because here's the third thing. And for those of y'all that are like, why is she talking about doing an online business? Why won't she just paint a snowman and be quiet, right? Well, here's why. Because I love teaching artists and crafters how to monetize what you do. because what I have found out over the years is that we are sensitive souls that feel like just because I'm having fun teaching the snowman right now, that everything should be done for free. And how many of you out there agree with that statement? You're like, yeah, it's fun. Why should I charge? I used to be the worst at that. I gave away everything for free. And then I realized one day, as I was working until midnight painting somebody something that had asked me, because that's what I did. You asked me to paint something for you, I painted it for free. I stayed up until midnight. I had to go, teach full time the next day. I was doing paint parties and trying to, raise my little girl, who she's 14 now. And then when I handed it over to my friend who had asked me for it, she totally forgot she'd asked me for it. And it was that moment when I was like, no, I'm done doing all this for free, right? So how many of y'all, hey, Damon, hey, Carol, how many of y'all have that feeling where like you do everything for free, right? So for those of y'all that are doing this, that are, thinking about monetizing this, go ahead and put free for me. We just talked about free. I am doing a free class on Sunday. And I will be talking about Paint Party Outer Limits after the first hour. So if you don't, if you just want to learn, come for free, just put free for me. And then you'll learn a ton of information. And there is no obligation to move forward with our 8-week course. But we are going to do a 1-hour free training on Sunday night. And then we're going to do Q&A. So I'm going to answer all your questions about an online business, because my third reason is why would you want to do this? And I want you to think about how you are consuming everything right now. How are you consuming everything right now? Right now, you're watching me online. How many of y'all got something from Amazon today or yesterday? How many of y'all, let's just be honest, got more than one thing from Amazon today or yesterday? Okay. And how many of you, and go ahead and type free for me if you want to learn more on Sunday night. And it's going to be at 8 o'clock. And if you can't make it, then I will definitely, Goldie says, I'm a sucker. I do a lot of free work. I used to do everything for free. So, if you can't make it live, if you go ahead and put free for me and my team are going to give you a link for you to sign up. But what I wanted to talk about is how many of y'all have ordered something from Amazon, or you did, the way we're consuming, you have to think about it. Like, it's so crazy. The other day, my husband went to go get me white paint for the 2 paint parties I had. And he's like, Heidi, the shelves are empty. And I'm like, I'm telling you, like, crafting and toilet paper are the 2 big commodities right now, because everybody still, even when things are crazy and people are scared, what do? We create, we make stuff. And so I want you to think about how you are consuming stuff. I watch a lot of Shark Tank. Anybody here watch Shark Tank? Bridget says, I got 2 things from Amazon. Tammy says, almost everything, and sometimes 10 things. How many of y'all did your Christmas shopping through Etsy or Amazon or Vistaprint? I mean, I did almost all of my Christmas shopping through Amazon or Etsy or one of those Vistaprint. I mean, I did all of mine through that stuff. But what I want to ask you right now, how many of y'all watch Shark Tank? Mr. Wonderful is so, I love that show, and I love how honest he is and how he comes across. And the thing about Mr. Wonderful is he said something really telling the other day. He said, and all I'm going to do, guys, is just add in these little black lines. He said that what this pandemic has done for the online space has basically fast forwarded it 5 years ahead. 5 years ahead. And so for those of us that, are like, oh my gosh, yes, the pandemic, sucks. Nobody wishes this. Nobody wants this. But what it has done for online businesses has, if people have embraced it and they've pivoted, their businesses have skyrocketed. And, my business is not the only one. This is many, many, many online businesses have skyrocketed. So guys, what I'm doing, just so y'all know, is I'm just taking a little liner brush. I'm adding, Teresa says, Shark Tank. Yes. I love some Shark Tank. And then I'm just going to kind of outline this. And then I'm just bringing in some lines to give it that birch tree look, since we've had some really cool birch tree paintings happening. And by the way, for all of y'all that have been sending me your birch tree snowmen, thank you so much. You can send it to me on Instagram at Texas Art and Soul _ So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go check me out there. Texas Art and Soul _ And then a lot of you have been sending me your birch tree, your pictures that you've painted with me. And I love, if you share them to your story and then tag me, I love to try to share it to my story too. So thank you for doing that. But what he said was basically in 5 years, time and where the online space would be. Hey, Manetta. Hey, Ann. And yeah, just put free for me if you want to be a part of that. Yeah, Lori says ordered from small businesses shown on Shark Tank. Definitely. I order from Shark Tank all the time. Squatty Potty is going to be in 5 years. So businesses that, were doing okay online are now skyrocketing. And so the reason I love so much talking to you and helping you with monetizing is because you craft, you make things. And what happens, and the reason why there's 361 people watching live is because we love, and I'm the same. Like I love, just like you, going, okay, what is that person making and how can I make it? Just like I'm talking you through how I'm making this while I'm making it. Okay. So that's the thing. That's the beauty. And whether you want to sell your own stuff or whether you want to, be an affiliate and go, hey, if you'd like to get some stencils, remember Essential Stencil, use coupon code Texas Heidi and you'll get a percentage off. And whether you want to sell other people's products or whether you want to talk about your own stuff, that is the beauty and the excitement of stuff online. And so for those of you that want to know more about this, or maybe you're just curious, you got some time on your hands Sunday and you're like, hey, let me just check out what Heidi's going to be doing. I will be teaching a full hour long, exactly 3 things you need to do on, how to teach online, how to start a creative business online. And so all you have to do is put free for me in the comments. And then we will go back, our team will come back and we will, we'll make sure to put that link on there so you can sign up. So make sure you sign up for it because it will give you a specific link that is different. So I won't be live on Texas Art and Soul. You'll actually be in a different room. So anyway, so does anybody have any questions on that? Guys, creating is not going anywhere. Like I said, when my husband went in to get that white paint and we realized that really all the white paint was gone, like literally like the shelves of just all the different colors were gone. It's because people want to create. It's not like, we've been creating since the beginning of time. It's not like all of a sudden, whatever's going on in the world, people are not going to want to make stuff. That's the furthest from the truth. And studies have shown even in 2007, 2008, when, everybody was losing their house, myself included, the crafting industry skyrocketed because people were still creating, whether they're using it as therapy. How many of y'all use that as therapy? I know for me, like that's how my surfboard business started, is because I started using it for therapy. Okay, so I'm using this liner brush and I'm just bringing it over for the birch trees. So just kind of messily adding in some lines. And I'm going to just start going down right here. And then just a second, this is going to dry. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this, whether you have a cutter or not. By the way, I went ahead, thank y'all for y'all's suggestions. I went ahead and bought a silhouette cameo. And so I'm still in the learning phase of it because I've had a US cutter for years, but something broke. And so I thought, you know what? So many of you use a Cricut or a silhouette. I need to, figure this out and get on this bandwagon. So that way I can see what y'all are seeing. And I'm still kind of learning it. So today I'm going to teach you how to do the tracer real simple. So you don't even need a cutter. Let's see. Hey, Wendy, she says, first time I've caught you live. So excited. Well, Wendy, I'm glad you're here. Yes, ordered tons of stencils. Oh, good. And Jenny says, I love my cameo. Linda says, you will love silhouette. I know I'm like getting excited about it, but I really haven't had time to sit down because all those cutters, there's a little bit of a learning curve. I mean, am I right? There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve. So I am in that don't have time to learn it yet right now. So I know when I sit down to really learn it, I'm gonna love it. It'll be like my US cutter. My US cutter, I would just jump on, make whatever I wanted, and then, go on to the next thing. So I'm ready to get to that point where it doesn't make my brain hurt to figure it out. Oh, good. A lot of y'all have that. Oh, hey, Jenny from Australia. Welcome. She says she's a newbie. Well, we're just talking about 3 reasons why you should start an online business. So, and not just any online business, but a creative online business. So for those of you that want to come on Sunday to the free training, go ahead and just put free for me, and then we'll give you a link and you can sign up. And then if you can't make it live, by you signing up, you'll get the replay. You'll get access to the replay. So if you're watching this and it's past Sunday, you can go ahead and put free for me, and we'll probably have a different link for you. And then that way you'll be able to still see it. Okay, so I'm just outlining this. I'm about to, this is almost dry, so I'm about to be able to show you how to do that. And then we're going to just kind of add in, I don't know if that was a wise decision or not. I don't think it was. I don't like putting those on the end. I think I'm going to add some snow on top of it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to add a little top hat. My question is, I was thinking of doing like, instead of making it look Christmassy, I was thinking of doing like blue scarves, maybe like a light blue and a dark blue, or maybe like I have this really cute, I was thinking, y'all know I love some bluish turquoise and pink. I was thinking of doing like a bluish turquoise. And then this one. Oh, Lori says, hello from Tacoma, Washington. I'm not ready to start an online business, but I do love paint parties. I'm still working on my snowman showdown because I'm doing them with my son, and he's a busy man, busy young man. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Whenever we talked about the online, it's just, I think almost, almost starting to become, again, we're all business, if you're a business owner, you're thinking about being a business owner, obviously you can run your business how you want, but I do want you to just, maybe if you're not ready, but to start thinking about what could an online business for you look like in what, a year, 2 years, start to think about that. Because I think you would be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't at least open up your mind to the possibilities. And really, a lot of that, I wouldn't have pushed so hard on this subject or this topic if I wouldn't have seen firsthand this year, what that did for my business and the difference it made in my family. And so I just really, really want y'all to always, as a creative, my heart really is in helping you have different streams of income. So if one goes out, you're not always relying on just one, and that's what I used to have, is just the one. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I got to make sure, especially after we lost everything back in 2008. I was like, I got to make sure, our family doesn't go through that again. So, yeah. So, again, for those of you that are just now joining us, we were talking about, why start an online creative business. And then I'm about to show you how to use just a little bit of graphite paper to do a really cute quote here. Okay. So hopefully I'm just adding a little bit of white here. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of shading. Right here, I got some black lines that came from the birch tree. So I'm just going to go with it. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Victoria. Yellow and green scarf. Oh, yeah. She loves some Green Bay Packers. Yes. And Victoria, you should definitely do this one with Green Bay Packer colors for sure. That would be super cute. Yeah. Lori says PA is about to get more strict, so we won't have a choice. Very, very true. Yeah, I know. It's like I was saying, that paint party I just did recently, we were doing things to be, safe and, sanitary and stuff like that. But there was a moment when, man, it just felt like the old days when, like, I'm teaching my paint party, and it just felt so good. Like, for those of y'all that know me or have been around me in person, I am like in my happy place when I'm teaching you this or talking about, marketing, or, I'm just very, very passionate about paint parties and creatives, monetizing what they do and being in the middle of a paint party. Like, I am very, 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 what's the word? Passionate, almost in a sense where I want y'all to not have that starving artist mentality. And I'm just gonna add a little top hat here, y'all. Just a little top hat. And the reason why I think is because, I've been there. And so when I was teaching that in-person party last week, I had two of them right in a row, and it just felt so good. Like, first off, to be around other, adult humans, and not that being around my husband is bad. I love him and he's amazing. But, just being around other people, and there was this point where it just it's like I forgot that the world is how it is right now. And I was just so, like, in my zone, just so happy, just like so thankful that, I could do that again and just be a part of those people's lives for a few hours. And then, I posted just one picture, and, there were some comments like, how dare you, or blah, 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 about, like, you need to be wearing a mask. And why, first off, I was on a stage, so I was like many feet from people. But, it went from like this really, really great night to, immediately being reminded that the world has changed. And so, we can all sit here and ignore it and just pretend like we're going to all have our in-person parties and everything's going to go back to normal in 2021, which, hopefully it will. I mean, that's obviously the hope. Or we can, really look at it and go, I don't think it's going to be, unfortunately. I think there are going to be still times when it's not acceptable, or people don't feel comfortable, or, it's truly unsafe, or whatever the thing is. And so, as I saw some of those comments, and they stung, because I was so excited. And, that was a group of single moms that, had a night out, and, were being loved on and fed dinner and being given gifts. And we were giving them, this awesome paint party and something for them to have. Like, it was like totally a really cool thing that happened. And so it's so easy for people to sit on the sidelines and just say mean things. And they don't know the preparations that went into it. They don't know anything. And, and so there are those moments when you're just like, come on, really? Like, and then there's that moment in me where I'm like, dang, life is different. Life is different. And so I really want y'all to not sit here and keep going, it's going to be okay, everything's going to be okay. It will, things will be okay. But I want you to be smart, and I want you to not wish you would have thought sooner, right? Not wish you. I'm here to tell you, like, you need to be ready. And when I say that, regardless if you just watch my free trainings, or you end up learning from me on Sunday night and want to take the 8-week course, which starts February 1st, regardless of what you end up doing, I just want you to start thinking. I want you to start thinking about the opportunities, about the possibilities, because like Mr. Wonderful said, it's not all bad. What is happening in the online space, again, like he said, has fast forwarded what was going to happen anyway in 5 years. So, even though it's sad that my in-person parties and your in-person parties are going to look different, my parties of 100 plus are going to look different. The online space, y'all, there is unlimited people. I mean, who's here from Australia, right? There's people on here from all over the world. Go ahead and, if you don't mind, let me know where you're from. And if you want to know about the Thursday or the Sunday to free training, just put on there free for me, and me and my team will go back. But I would love to know where all y'all are from. And the reason why, and I just messed that up. So if you want to see how to correct something, I just got some black in there. I needed to go this other way. I'm just kind of wetting it because I just got it. I just had it happen. And then I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm just going to dab it. And then kind of re-wet it again. And then try to get some of that off. And you can also use a baby wipe. And then you can also make it into shade. into shading. So we have Louisiana here. Cricket from Louisiana. Catherine. Oh, free for me. Okay. We have Nashville here. Claire from Oklahoma. Georgia. So many different places. Y'all look at the comments right now. Look at where y'all are all from. So, when you think about like, well, could I do something online? Why not? Like I said, I put this on here for a reason. We have Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Atlanta, Virginia, Tiffany from Virginia. Like there's so many things that y'all are so talented at that you could do online. And you might go, well, there's already enough people painting. That's just because you watch painting tutorials and you're here with me and you see this. But I'm telling you, if you're talking to your friends or family, which I advise you not to, honestly, because it used to really trip me up. I would try to talk about my business to my friends and family and they would just glaze over. Anybody ever have that? At Lubbock, Texas. We have Dakota, North Dakota, Colorado. Claire's done the one-stroke painting. So cool. Marisol from Texas. Woohoo. Canada. Shelby from Canada. All over the place. How cool is that? You are from all over. The reason I want you to see this. Yes, Dee, everyone has their unique style. That's why I put you are unique. Because people are going to want to watch you and what you're creating for a reason that they don't want to watch me. I talk about God a lot, and a lot of times people don't like that. And so they don't want to watch me, so they'll jump off, and that's fine. But I never, ever want to not talk about God in one of my lives and then all of a sudden talk about God in one of my, other things, and then be like, wait a minute, what's this girl doing, right? Like, I want to always be open and transparent with you, so that you know what I'm about, and how I teach, and the reason why. Again, like I said, I feel like we're sensitive souls, and a lot of artists out there. I'm just using a little bit of black just to get some shading in here. A lot of artists, they're so talented, but they do not know how to market. Let me know if that's you. You're like super talented. I mean, if you're too bashful to say you're super talented, but I mean, you can do it. You're freaking talented. Put, I'm talented. And put, but I struggle with marketing, and that's okay. I'm going to do a little hat for her, but I'm going to actually, I kind of go inside you, out, almost like a nurse's hat. So for those of y'all that did the birch tree with me, this is very, very similar. I'm just going to do a smaller hat for her. but go ahead and put like, I'm talented, but I struggle with marketing. And that is totally normal in the creative space. Yeah, marketing is a handful. Dee says, I stink at consistent marketing. Oh, thank you, Pamela. You're so sweet. I'm stuck in a creative rut. Jenny, I challenge you to paint one of my snowmen this week. I challenge you. And just grab some, whatever to paint on. You can literally paint on a pizza box. We actually, when I used to teach school, we used to do huge contests on pizza boxes. So that's really a thing. So if you want to paint on a pizza box, we actually did full-on art competitions from pizza box lids. But I challenge you, if you feel like you're in a creative rut, just follow one of my videos. You can follow this one and just paint along with me. As you can see, I'm showing you step by step. And for those of y'all that are in Paint Party headquarters, hopefully this is going to turn out. And if it does, you can use it for your businesses. So yeah, so if you want to be a part of it, you know, for Sunday, just put free for me, and we'll go ahead and put the link in here for you in just a little bit. But you know, that's my heart really is like helping the creative person who usually is really, really good at, you know, painting or knitting or creating or making jewelry or making, you know, tumblers or, you know, really cute shirts or whatever it is you're good at, but then you have no idea how to market yourself, or you have no idea how to make, you know, a Facebook Live, have, you know, and again, for those of you that are just starting out and you're like, yeah, but I only have 1 or 2 people that are on my Facebook Lives. Guys, we all start out like that, but you have to be consistent. You know, Crystal, we just interviewed her in Paint Party headquarters. She started about 8 months ago. She grew her page from a few hundred to now around 17,000 people. And again, during the pandemic, she was able to grow her page. I'm just adding a little white so it shows a difference right here. She was able to grow her page that fast in such a short amount of time because, again, like Mr. Wonderful said, things are changing. Things are fast forwarding. Things are getting real. So, you know, whether you like it or not, the world is changing. The way we consume is changing. Do we all still want to get together? Of course. Of course we want to get together. Can we always get together? Unfortunately not. So I just want you to be prepared. I'm just adding some white highlights with my liner brush and just see how that kind of starts to come together. Yeah, I just want you to get prepared. And a lot of times people are like, yeah, well, it's easy for you to say, you know, guys, you don't want 300 and something people watching you on your first Facebook Lives. Oh my gosh, I was so awkward. I always make the joke, like my first online teaching experiences, I definitely looked like I was high. I mean, I was so not sure what to say or do. I mean, I just was a mess. And so, you know, a lot of times it's like, well, we want this success. We want something to happen right away. Sometimes there's really a need for some growth, right? Like we need to know, you know, when we're starting, like how do we talk and paint? You know, how do we create and paint? How do we know what message we want to get out? All of these things, you know, especially in my earlier Facebook Lives, I've been doing Facebook Lives since they started. Oh, what's that in the middle, Angie? I'm about to show y'all. It's almost dry. I'm going to show y'all. During my earlier Facebook Lives, like we don't want a bunch of people watching it first. How many of y'all like that are brand new to Facebook Lives are like, yes, you know, bring it on. I want everybody all at once, right? Is there anybody on here that's like that? Let me know the truth. Let's see the truth. Is anybody on here like, yes, I want to see all of it? Oh, Christine, I know my house is quiet today. What is the deal? Usually there's a dog barking, or I think because I waited till nighttime when, you know, Blue's not going to grab Amazon packages. And so, yeah, it's definitely a lot quieter tonight. And I'm in a different spot in my house. So I'm in my office. So definitely a lot quieter in my office. Let's see. Okay, so who's scared to do a live? Let's see. We have a couple of people scared. I'm using some black graphite paper, y'all. This is an easy way. You can just, do your font however you want and print it, and then do some black graphite paper, and then I'm just going to trace it on here, and then I'll go over it with the thing. Okay, so a lot of y'all are terrified to do a live. I was at first, Shanna says, but now it's fun. Oh my gosh, so many of y'all are scared. Don't be scared. What are you scared of? Let's talk about it for a sec. I'm going to put this right on top. Okay? And then I'm going to use a pencil. And I'm just going to trace over it. Now, this is an easy way to do this if you don't want to get a cutter. And then usually after I do the very first letter, I go ahead and look just to make sure it's working, which it is. So this is so I don't have to freehand it. Am I still on my face, or can y'all see this? Okay, Annie says, I'm scared and nervous each time, but I still do them. I take a deep breath and then I hit go live. Oh, Annie, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, I know it seems scary, but you'll get better and better the more you practice. And you'll know the way I teach you, we'll talk about that on Sunday night, but there is a purpose to your Facebook Lives. Never in history have you been able to, with the push of a button, been able to go on camera and just be able to see all of these people, right? All of these people. Isn't that crazy? Used to, and again, I did this for my paint parties. Let me know if you did too. But I would actually go to the newspaper people and print an ad for the newspaper for my upcoming paint parties. And then all of a sudden, welcome to being able to go live on Facebook, on Instagram. Hello, YouTube. We're live on YouTube now. So for those of y'all that are not on there, let's see. Tita says, yes, I did one accidentally with no makeup and wild hair. Let's see. And she says, in my nightshirt, I got so flustered I couldn't figure out how to turn it off fast enough. Oh no. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're ready. Definitely want to make sure you're ready. But I mean, that's the thing. There are so many opportunities nowadays. What I don't want you to do is look back a few years from now and go, dang, remember when we could just do this? You never know when things will change. Obviously, we have seen that this past year, right? You never know when an opportunity is going to change. Even this, I know this is so silly. I thought, I want to go on here and teach you this and tell you about the free training coming up Sunday. And I thought, oh man, I'll just do it tomorrow night. And then I thought, you know what? You never know. You never know what's going to happen. You never know if, all of a sudden tomorrow, something, with my family, I got to go do something, or things get in the way. I always say, like, when an opportunity is ready, whenever you're seeing something right now and you're inspired, don't wait. See how I did that? I just pushed over that, and now I have it here, and I'm going to use a thin brush. So this is just carbon paper, and then I'm going to use my liner brush. And some of y'all have paint pens. Let me know in the comments, too, what your favorite paint pen is. I know a lot of people use Posca. But my thing is like, we have got to stop hoping. Sandra says, I'm a total introvert and do them all the time now. Still nervous, but I just go with the flow. Oh, that's so good. I know it can be nerve-wracking. But we don't know when the opportunity is going to change. We don't know what's going to happen. if anything, this year has shown us we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, nobody can plan on anything nowadays, right? It's changed. Whether we want to say it's changed or not, the world has changed. And so even me, as simple as like, oh, I want to do this, but I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll push it till tomorrow. I was like, I don't know. I think we have to take hold of opportunities when we're inspired, when we have the opportunity. There's people, my business coach and people I'm learning from. I don't know if I'll always be able to learn from them. I don't know what's going to happen in their life or what's going to go on when they're like, maybe they're not going to teach anymore. Maybe they're not going to do something anymore. And I think sometimes we automatically think that opportunities will always be there. And this year we have seen with canceled concerts, with, canceled events, with canceled everything, we have seen that it's changed, that we don't know. And so I just want to bring you a little bit of inspiration to let you know it doesn't all have to be bad. In the midst of, endless cancellations and endless reschedules and paint parties that have changed the way we've done business and all of that, there is still so much hope with creating and so much hope with still running a business. You just might have to shift it. You just might have to shift it. And that's where I want to come in and just, share with you that, yes, it's different, but it can be so, so rewarding. And you can help so many people. And you can create with so many people. So I'm just super, super excited to teach you more on Sunday. And just make sure you put free for me in the comments. And then me and my team will come by and we'll post the link for you to join that training. And so, so for those of y'all that are just joining, we just wanted to share that with you so that you could learn some more about starting your own online creative business so that you could start learning how to monetize. Does it happen overnight? No way. But is it worth it? Yes way. It's definitely worth it. Like I said, I've been at this paint party business and teaching online for quite some time. And in all my years, this has been like the most accelerated year, even for people who are starting out, because the people that are consistent are the ones that are going to end up with the best results. And guys, it's not that hard to be consistent. You show up live a couple times a week and you start learning what you do in the midst of that. So whether you want to, sell something yourself, or whether, you're like me, I do a mixture of both. You want to sell, talk about stencils and have somebody use, Texas Heidi for their coupon code for Essential Stencil, and you make money that way. You don't, if you're nervous about like, hey, I want to create, but I really don't want to talk about my own products. There is a way you can do that. You can do that as well. So I know somebody earlier said, I'm really not good at a lot of things, or how'd she say it? I'm not really good at a lot of things, but how did she say it? She was really good at a lot of things, but not really good at one thing. I think that's the way she said it. But there's people that are bloggers and that come live and will talk about other people's products all the time and make a really serious income. You may not think, but they can make a really serious income. And Marisol says, you study art. Did you study art or did you learn on your own? So I am mostly self-taught. So my degree is in communication, which you guessed it, is marketing. And my minor is in psychology. And my associate is in art. But I did go back and get my art certification, which for those of you that don't know, that basically means that I took a year-long program so I could be certified to teach art K through 12. That's how I became an art teacher. But in that certification, I learned nothing about art. It was all about how to be a teacher. And so most of my painting is self-taught. So I wouldn't consider myself a fine artist at all. I consider myself more of an artist slash crafter, and honestly, just a person who loves to make stuff. I just love to create, and I love to paint on pretty much anything that will let me paint on it. Whether it is walls, floors, furniture. I've painted on freezers. What's the craziest thing you've painted on? Let's see. If y'all don't mind, put in the comments. Oh, my discount code, Sherry, is Texas Heidi. I would love for you to use it. If you ever want to order essential stencils, if you'll write down Texas Heidi, you can screenshot this. And then if you just write down Texas Heidi, you can get a discount. And then I would appreciate that because they give me a little affiliate fee, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help pay for my coffee habit so I can keep on doing what I'm doing. Kathy says, got to catch you again. Oh, good. Yeah, so Cricket says she's self-taught also. Yeah, I've just been painting since I was 15 and loved it. Yes, Sandy, always that glitter, always. Let us know what's the craziest thing you've painted on, because I'm trying to think. I mean, I've painted on boots. I've painted on freezers. I've actually helped create on a car. And there's this guy called the Dirty Car Artist. Have y'all ever heard of him? If you haven't, you should look him up. We actually had him for a school fundraiser one time. And it's called the Dirty Car Artist. Oh, Heidi, Heidi. So yeah, it's Texas Heidi. So it's Texas and then Heidi, if you want to use that. Oh, Diane did cups. Oh yeah, she used the really cool cups the paintings we did. She actually took those and painted the Witches Be Crazy and the Hootable Harvest on it. And I love them so much, Diane. And they're so beautiful. So you can paint on pretty much anything. I love painting on everything that people will let me. Oh, Helen says a toilet lid. Oh my gosh, I've never painted on a toilet lid. That's a new for me. I love that. I painted on many of floors. I painted on, appliances, but never a toilet lid. That's a new one. I like it. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm outlining a sign. Oh, and make sure, we have my sliding door. Vivian says, make sure you're watching the comments too, because that's really fun to see what everybody's painted on. Okay, so this is a little sign that they're holding up. And then I'm about to add some decor to these little snowmen. So I'm thinking if you're doing this as a paint party, you might want to have some, if you're doing it as an in-person, if you're having in-person still, and you're a part of Paint Party Headquarters, I would have a lot of this drawn out, because this one would definitely take the full 2.5 hours. So I'm going to be able to finish it here in just a few minutes. We're almost done. So much better than the rugs on the toilet seats. Okay, so we have the sign here, and then we need these little snow couple to hold this up. So I'm going to have this arm going up like this. Okay, and then we're just going to have a little line like she's holding it on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to have him over here. He's helping hold it. Okay, so we have both of them holding it, and then we'll have this arm kind of going this way. And this is where you can have some really fun, like with these snowmen, you can just kind of go crazy with where you want their arms and their legs to go and put little sticks, because I mean they're just sticks, so you can just put them going all over the place. So this one, she can be a little sassy, have it on her waist. And if y'all saw the other one, you saw how we did birds on here, so you could get really, really crazy and creative. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to just use my brush. I'm going to do my little frowny face. Frowny face. On both of their little eyes. They're a happy couple with their favorite weirdo. And then I'm going to do a little smile. I like to start in the center, and it makes them look like they're singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. Okay, I won't do that anymore. Sorry. I love Elf so much. Okay, that one, their mouth is going right up to the eye on that one. I got a little close. Okay, and now we're just going to add in the nose. And then I'm going to add in a little color for that. And for those of y'all that are just joining, if you want to be a part of the training, the free training on basically how to learn how to start a creative business, how to teach online, just put free for me, and we'll go back and add that. Oh, thank you, Joe. She says, beautiful. I just love the messages you write on yourself. Very inspiring. Okay, so I had written you are worthy real big, and I had taken a bath that night. I mean, but I kind of washed it and then I went to bed. Well, I woke up the next morning and I was like, oh my gosh, water's all over my pillow and my sheets. And that Sharpie. I looked over at Bobby. I was laying in bed and I was like, just remember you love me a lot. Remember that. And he's like, what? And I was like, we were, still half asleep. And I was like, and I kind of showed him my arm and I was like, it's all over the bed. And he was like, really? And then he got up and he goes, don't worry, I have chocolate all over on my side of the bed. He had been eating those. He loves those Lindor chocolates. And my husband does not like to eat like one Lindor chocolate, like a little snack. He like the whole bag. It's really for like a whole family. He likes to eat all of it for like one night. He's like, he'll go, oh, that one little serving size. And so I had Sharpie all over my side of the pillow and the sheets, and it had been bedded in my my sheets in my bed where I'd been laying. And Bobby had chocolate all over his side. I was like, we are a wreck. I'm just putting a couple little dots here. So between Sharpie and chocolate, I'm pretty sure. Very, very crazy. Diane says, just jumped on. Can I watch replay? Yes, you can. I met you at the Southern Adornments Live. You're so talented, very energetic and motivational. Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm so glad I got to meet you in person. Yes, you can watch the replay of this. So I'm about to add some scarves and get this spruced up. Okay, so let's let this dry for just a second. I'm going to add in just a little bit more of this white because I want this to be more like a snowbank. So I'm just using a chip brush here. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, Michael's, Hobby Lobby probably has them. We don't have a Hobby Lobby close. So when I'm close by Hobby Lobby, I get real excited because our closest Hobby Lobby is about 45 minutes, but our Michael's is in town. So I get to go to Michael's a lot. Anytime I'm like not really sure, like uninspired or not really sure what to paint, I'll go get a coffee and I'll just go walk around Michael's. And then soon enough, I'm ready to paint again. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get this. I got to buy a new journal. Now I got to, it's like when you give a mouse a cookie. It's like, well, now he's, got to have milk. Now he's got to have this. Now he's got to have a bath, right? It's like if you give Heidi a Starbucks coffee and a trip to Michael's, now she's got to have a new journal. Now she's got to have a watercolor pad, which is going to inspire her to start drawing, which is going to inspire her to start painting. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy because, you know, just a little bit of just taking some time out. Do y'all do that? Do y'all like go to Michael's and all of a sudden you're like, I gotta go home. I got so much to create. I love doing that. Then I'm just like, okay, what am I gonna make? Okay, so who all signed up for Sunday? Who is excited? Remember, just put free for me and you'll be able to sign up for Sunday. Okay, so let's see. Glitter all over the bed, floors everywhere. That's hilarious. Okay, so now we're going to have some scarves. And then we're going to go to that. I'm going to use this blue. Let me see. Maybe I'll use this blue. I also brought some of these. I haven't done these very much with y'all, but I love them. They're a... Oh, good. Natalie's excited. Yay. Yeah, just put free for me, and then we'll come back and give you the link. So I'm going to try this with this one. Usually I finger paint with this, but this is a metallic luster. This one's brilliant turquoise, and you can get them at Michael's. Oh, wow, Barbara. She says, my Hobby Lobby and Michael's are across the street from each other, 2 blocks. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Shanna. Yeah, that would be so dangerous. I already get in enough trouble with my Michael's so close. But man, isn't it so nice to be able to, it's almost like walking into a retreat, right? When you can walk into a place and like feel inspired and creative again. You know, you just don't get that feeling when you walk into a grocery store. I don't know about, I mean, y'all might if you're really good at cooking. But I definitely don't get that feeling when I walk into a grocery store. But put me in a Michael's for 20 minutes. I am ready to paint. Okay, so I'm just using this, the metallic luster. And then I'm about to add some snow and just a few little final details. Besides the snow dots and obviously the little dots for the snowman, what am I missing? A lot of times when I'm talking a lot, there'll be something I'm totally missing that y'all are like, why is she not adding that? If you could please let me know in the comments right now what I am missing, I will gladly make sure it gets added because I am sure there is something that I'm missing right now. Okay, so I have that. And then I'm going to do this pinkish color. It's called a primary magenta, but it's in the Deco Art Americana. So the scarf, I use this. If you want to screenshot that, you can. Oh, birds, cardinals, a pop of red, Sarah says. Buttons. Okay, definitely buttons. The sign says marriage, an endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo. It's one of my favorite quotes, and we actually have it in our bedroom because I just think it's so funny. I think it's great for couples. Because, I mean, it really is an endless sleepover, and Bobby's definitely a weirdo. So it goes. It fits us really well. I'm kind of a weirdo too, so I guess it works. Okay, so I'm just adding a scarf here. I'm just kind of doing a blob over here. Let's see, make sure the snowman on the right needs the snow built up around a tree. He's a little, oh, he's floating. Okay, so these need some build. Okay, definitely. I can add that. Let me see. What else am I missing? Oh, blush on the cheeks. Yes. Oh, heart buttons. Karen, that's a great idea. Oh, I have the perfect thing. I have a heart stamp. I wonder if I use it, if it's going to make it, if it's going to spread or not. I might have to paint the hearts. Yeah, I'll paint them. Okay, so we have this coming up here. if you ever need to like get a base down, you can always paint a base, kind of paint it white first. So you can see here, you can kind of see through that. So I might have to do that. Oh, the quilt block. Yeah, we just released this one inside of Paint Party headquarters. We'll have to try to do one in front of y'all one day for Texas Art and Soul. Yeah, I do have to be honest, painting quilts is not really my strong point because I'm more of like as you can tell, a very whimsical painter. And so when I'm painting like geometric shapes and lines, it can really start to get to me like, it's really hard. Okay, so snowflakes. Oh, we need some little blush cheeks. Let me get a little bit of blush. Well, I'm so happy you are here tonight hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And thank y'all, all of those of y'all that are sharing. That means a lot. I really appreciate y'all. Okay, some little blush cheeks. I'm going to leave that one out because it's right on the thing. Okay, so let me make the deal look like he's not floating as much. Let's see. And I think snow text would definitely be good here. Snow text would go really good in this painting. And then I can turn this either into a door hanger, or I could turn this into a Lazy Susan. So this would be super cute as a Lazy Susan for during the holidays, you know. And because I'm not doing it red and green, I could make this stay up throughout the winter. And then I'm going to start adding in some little snow dots here. And then what do we need? Buttons still? Hat bands. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ornaments on branches. Y'all are so smart. This is the thing about this kind of painting like this. You could just get so creative. Now that you have like the base of everything, now's when you could get crazy creative. So here in the next like 5-8 minutes, we'll just see a bunch of fun stuff I'm going to add. So we'll just see how creative I can get in the next 5 to 8 minutes. How about that? And for those of y'all that are just watching, make sure you put free for me. And that's going to get you a link to my free class on Sunday night at 8 p.m. So I'm going to be teaching you 3 main things you need to do to start an online creative business. So if you want to join us for that, or you have somebody that's really crafty and you're like, yes, they should be there for that training, make sure you share that with them, because after I do the 1-hour training, I'm going to take questions for about an hour, so you can ask me anything. I'm very, very transparent. So for those of y'all that are new to me, you will know I'm an open book, very, very transparent. And I'll be taking questions, and then I'll be talking about our 8-week course, Paint Party Outer Limits, which will be opening. I'll be opening that. And then we start the actual course on February 1st. So we have, let me do heart buttons. We start the actual course on February 1st. So if you're interested in being a part of Paint Party Outer Limits, that'll be your time when you can sign up. And then you'll be able to ask questions to see if you're a good fit for it or not. We do the course once a year. So it's an 8-week full guided experience course all about how to do an online business. So we go through tons of stuff, and it's kind of like drinking out of a fire hose in a good way. Okay, so we have some snow coming out. What are y'all thinking about this? The little paints I used, these were, if you want a screenshot, is a metallic luster. And then I'm using a lot of just regular acrylic. This is, I didn't use that one. And these are just, I have some Craft Smart white paint. This one for the scarf is this kind. If you need to screenshot it, Deco Art Americana Premium. And then the wood round is just an 18-inch. You can cut those yourself, or you can get a like, you know, those things that tabletop things at Lowe's. You can grab one of those and then turn it into a Lazy Susan. You could do that. You could let me go ahead and just add a little band here. I think I need to add some white first so it'll show up. You could turn it into a Lazy Susan or a door hanger, whatever speaks to you. I kind of like the idea of this being a Lazy Susan. I don't know. I feel like this could be hung up between now all the way to Valentine's. I feel like this could literally stay up through Valentine's because it has kind of like a fun quote. What do y'all think? I feel like it could stay up through Valentine's because it has not only the quote, you know, like it's like a love quote, but it also is sticking to pinks and blues. So we're not in the Christmas colors anymore. I'm just going to kind of outline this scarf here. Yeah, I'm trying to make this more. And again, sometimes when I go live with y'all, I have a vision in my head, but I don't know what it's going to end up being until we're here. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, do I like it? Do I love it? What do I like? You know, things I like about it, things I love about it. So I am starting to kind of fall in love with these snowmen and how they're looking here. What do y'all think? Let me know. It's hard whenever you're painting it the whole time. Let me know if you're liking it or not. Add handles for cocoa, hot cocoa bar and tray. Oh, that is such a good idea. Linda, I love that. So cute. Yeah, I should make this like a hot cocoa tray. Wouldn't that be adorable? I like that better than the Lazy Susan idea. Great idea. That's why I love y'all. It's like Mad Libs for painting. When I'm creating something and then y'all help me, I love it because then you can make it so cute. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad y'all like the colors. Okay, great. Yeah, I feel like these colors are good because they can go all the way through February. And then I feel like we definitely should add some glitter. I don't know if I have glitter in here. I have this glitter, but I don't want to add this kind of glitter. How about a blue and then a red bird on the corners of this? Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, definitely doing that right now. Okay, so we're going to add a little red bird. It's hanging out. I'm going to do a little bit of white just to get some traction. So I'm just doing a little swoosh. Okay, so I just did a little swoosh. Yeah, cookie and milk tray. I love that idea. And I'm just going to turn it over and bring it up. And I'm doing white first so that this pink will show up better since I am doing this on a stained wood. And for those of y'all that missed the beginning, you can go back. I literally start this painting from scratch from the very beginning. The very, very, very beginning. Hearts on the sign. Yes, Deb. Definitely hearts on the sign. Good idea. So let me let that little birdie dry. I like to do my hearts where I push down and then push down. And it makes little hearts like that. What a cute idea. Oh my gosh, instead of ornaments, I could put little hearts hanging on the birch trees. What do y'all think? What else? Hat band on the blue snow. Yes, thank you. I forgot about that. I told y'all it was going to start coming together these last 5 to 8 minutes. That's how all paintings work, right? It's like you're building them up, and then the last few minutes, it's like all the details, right? Okay, so we have some little hearts. Let me add a little blue band. Let me use this one. This might go on a little easier. This is a matte metallic turquoise. Oh, thank you, Carol. She's a newbie here. She says, love your style of painting. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank y'all so much for being here. Those of y'all that are new to my page, I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties online, in person, and with art kits. And then this Sunday, I'm going to be doing a free 1-hour training all about how to start an online business. So if you want to learn more, just put free for me in the comments, and we will get you a link. Okay, so we got a little hat band there. I love this blue so much. I'm going to actually go over my other with it because it's really bright. And I love the idea of making this into a hot cocoa tray. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. A lot of you are coming on Sunday night. Very exciting. Yeah, that first hour I'll be training you. And then the second hour, it'll be a 2-hour. The second hour will be all about me answering your questions and talking about Paint Party Outer Limits. For those of you that are interested in moving forward and learning some intense 8-week, full guided 8-week course. We'll talk about that on Sunday night as well. But the first hour is all training, learning. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this painting. Isn't it fun when something comes together, like when you have a vision in your head and you're kind of like, oh, is it really going to look okay? I'm loving this. Do y'all like this? Or is it just me? Am I the only one? I'm like, I'm loving this painting. I'm just picturing it like in my kitchen right now, just even sitting by my coffee area. I can just see how it'll fit. So cute. Okay, so I wanted that to stand out just a little bit more. And then I also think I'm going to add just a little bit of lines on the snowman. The arms. I'm just going to go in with a white. Usually I'll do brown for this, but for obvious reasons, since the background is brown, I'm just adding this just to make the arms stand out just a tad more. And I should have went on the upper part of this, but again, I made a mistake, but that's okay. So I'm just kind of going with it. If I would have went on the upper, it would have looked more like snow was sitting on the arm. So if you're doing this painting, I recommend doing that. Okay, so now his arms stand out a little bit more. And then let's add some white highlights. Oh, thanks, Harmony. She says, so cute. You have such a steady hand to add the details. Yeah, and I had a cup of coffee too before this, so I'm kind of shocked myself that I'm able to keep it this steady. I'm just adding some white details into here, and then a couple more details on the bird, and then we'll be finished up. As y'all are watching till the end, I just want to say, remember to put free for me if you want to be a part of Sunday's training. Again, the 2-hour training is totally free. The first hour is me teaching you 3 really key points in having starting an online business. And then the second hour is me answering your questions. Like I said, I'm very transparent, answering your questions and also talking about our 8-week course we do once a year that starts on February 2nd. And I'll be answering questions about Paint Party Outer Limits. So if you're curious about that or interested in that, you definitely do not want to miss this. So just put free for me if you want to hear more. And then we will come back, me and my team, and we'll put a link so that you can sign up for it. It's not something that's just going to be live on Facebook. You have to actually register. So I'm adding a little beak to this. Oh, you're so welcome, Tammy. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did, because I am so excited about this painting. I really like it. It's so cute. So I'm adding a little heart as the wing. And then just 2 little legs right there. And then what I want to do is I'll go back and I'll add in some glitter and some things like that. But I just want to show you up close. There's the little girl. Not little. I guess it's a full-grown snow girl. There's the snowman. Little bird. Marriage and endless sleepover with your favorite weirdo. And then some birch trees. And a little bit of shading. Nothing serious, but I think super cute. I like it. Okay, so I used, for those of y'all that are like, how did she get the tracer? If you're just on, I just used a piece of carbon paper and just drew over it with a pencil and then used a liner brush. Okay, so just really quick recap, and thank y'all so much for sharing. I put some notes on my wall just so I would make sure. So 3 reasons why you should start a creative business online. Number 1, it's fun. You can still connect to people all over the world. Like I had y'all put where you're from earlier, all over the world. So you can still connect, and the world's changing. It is different. It's different how we're consuming things. It is different how we are, how we're interacting. It's different how we are buying our Christmas presents. I mean, you know, are you buying Christmas presents in person? Most of us are not. We usually get an Amazon shipment every few days. Even the way we grocery shop. Oh my gosh, the stuff we buy for our coffee. We make our coffee at home, and Bobby likes that caramel macchiato or the caramel, whatever. He actually orders that from Amazon. Like, we don't even go to the store to buy that. And number 2, you can create an online business with anything you are passionate about. So I specialize in teaching you how to do that with something creative, whether it is knitting, jewelry making, soap making, cup making, t-shirt making, painting, whatever that is. That's what I specialize in. And then number 3, you know, we talked about, why would you want to do this? I want you to think about how you're consuming things. You know, Mr. Wonderful talked about how this pandemic has taken, oh, you're so welcome, Kathy. You're so welcome, Linda. This is, you know, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank talked about how this pandemic has taken people that were, you know, the online experience and basically fast forwarding it to where it was going to be in 5 years. So if you're like, oh, I'm not really sure, I'm just going to wait this thing out, and then I'm going to, you know, just keep doing my in-person stuff and not really worry. Guys, as much as I want to say like everything's going to be normal in a few months and you're not going to have to worry about trying to learn something online, I think it would be almost unwise to not look at the potential of what is online, because there are, you know, 1.7 billion people online every single month just on Facebook. That's not counting YouTube. That's not counting Instagram. That's not counting Snapchat. That's not counting all those other places that people are online. So when I say this, you know, for your businesses, I want you to be wise. I want you to think about diversifying. So if you want to learn more, we just talked about a few, but if you want to learn more and training from me, please come to my free event on Sunday night, 8 p.m. All you have to do is free for me, type free for me, and we're going to put that in the comments. We'll come back and we'll post the link for you, and then go ahead and sign up, and you'll get all the information on how to come to that training. Anyway, we are super excited to train you. And then after that first hour of training, you can stay on and ask me any question you want. We'll be talking about the new 8-week course coming up, Paint Party Outer Limits. But like I said, you can just come learn for free, and go on your happy way. Or if you decide you want to learn more from me, we'll be talking about outer limits and how that goes from there. So guys, I'm very, very excited to train you. I'm honored. I feel like in this world today, we need to be thinking outside the box. We need to be pivoting. And being a crafter and a creative does not mean you have to be a starving artist. And I can show you why. So I can show you how, and I can help you. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. And thanks so much for being here. Bye.